please welcome back to the stage Fortune's Lee Gallagher.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope everyone had fantastic conversations in our breakouts. I heard a couple one-liners that tells me that they were very buzzy and provocative and fun. So our next guest is an Academy Award-winning actress, producer, director, and author who actually attended the very first Most Powerful Women Summit in 1999. Now she's channeling the bright lights of her Hollywood career into building mental health programs for kids around the world. For a conversation with Patty Sellers, it's my distinct pleasure to welcome the founder of the Hawn Foundation, Goldie Hawn.
Goldie, it's so nice having you back. So the last time Goldie Hawn was here was 2003, the only year we had the Most Powerful Women Summit in Arizona. Goldie taught a couple of meditation classes. I remember you were due to teach one, and it was so popular that you did a second one. And here we are 11 years later, and you've been so wonderful because you've emailed me every once in a while and said, I might want to come to the summit this year. Tell me when it is. And finally it worked out.
It finally worked out, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
So what has Goldie been doing over the last decade or so? She has been, I think probably most people in this audience remember you from maybe as far back as Laugh-In, which was Goldie's big break. And then a lot of movies along the way, including an Academy Award for Cactus Flower, right?
That's right. First movie out of the gate. I said, this will be a long time before I get another one.
So it's been 13 years since Goldie did a movie. Her last movie was The Banger Sisters with Susan Sarandon. And basically, she has been focusing on family and kids. Goldie has 4 children. One of them is very famous, Kate Hudson.
Oliver's famous too.
Oliver's famous too. Oliver is...
He's actually, right now, he was 7 years on Rules of Engagement, and now he's with Nashville. So he's on that show.
And Goldie has 5 grandchildren. And Goldie said to me on the phone a couple of weeks ago that the Hawn Foundation, which she set up in 2002, plays into, she said, my endless love of children. Endless love. You said that just in passing. I don't know if you realized how profound that was. But that's a beautiful.
It did come out naturally, but I don't remember saying it. But it really is for the love of children.
So explain to us what the Hawn Foundation is all about.
Well, I first want to share with you the situation that we're dealing with today with children. And I think that because they are basically a small percentage of our population today, they actually are 100% of the population for tomorrow. And I personally feel that we're in a mental health crisis with our children today. I think some of us aren't really looking at it that way because 1 in 5 has a mental issue that they're dealing with, or that 13+ million children are on psychotropics today because they can't focus, because they have anxiety disorders, they're depressive disorders. These pills are being given to these kids left, right, and center. I'm concerned about this. Suicide rate is up, depression is up, children are losing their ability to have resilience, our grades are not good, and unfortunately what people are looking at is the grades themselves, when in fact the grades are only a symptom. They're a symptom of their mental health and mental wellness. So I created a program these years ago in order to bring more joy, more optimism, more understanding for children to understand their emotional construct, because our emotions actually stop us from learning. They stop us from engaging. They actually can create depression. We don't know what's going on. Our children have no idea what's happening to their brain. Therefore, we teach brain science in the classroom. So each children learns how their brain works and what the neurological correlate is to sadness, to happiness, to exuberance, to pain, to fear. They learn all of that because the brain processes it. It reacts. And they learn that they have control over their emotional construct because they understand how to do things to work the brain to calm down. We have to know that the brain is an absolute important part of our education process. It helps these children with stress. It helps them with learning. It puts them in a place of okayness with the world because they're in the driver's seat. This is mental stability. If we don't create it in our classrooms, we're not creating it in our homes, our children are going to continue to need more drugs to live, to be able to not understand how their brains work, and have an inability to access improvement for themselves, self-awareness, self-improvement. The next stage is empathy. Our children now, unfortunately, aren't feeling it. There's far too much bullying. There's far too much hatred. There's far too much polarization. And yes, we are learning from our technology. The good news and the bad news is that our children have stolen intimacies from their friendships, their family, and so forth, from their phones and from their devices. So we're helping our children focus more, and we're giving them the opportunity to feel for someone else. So in our program, we put them in someone else's shoes.
So Goldie, the program is called Mind Up.
Mind Up.
And how extensive is it? You're actually in a number of different countries, so explain that.
We started in Canada. It is in Canada. It's viral in Canada. Our research was done at the University of British Columbia, our first research, which came out brilliantly. And then we moved to the States. So we are now in Canada, the United States, UK, we're in Hong Kong, we're in Australia, we're now moving into Serbia, and we're in different areas of South America, and we're just moving into Mexico.
And how many schools and how many students is this impacting?
This is impacting over 300,000 children right now, globally. It is very hard in America and also in Canada because Scholastic has published all of our materials. So Scholastic wanted to be on the cutting edge of this, so you can buy it if you want. So therefore, we have a lot of schools that are using it that have never had the training from the Hawn Foundation. So it's hard to measure when you put something out, you know, obviously for consumers, that you can buy it. So I would say we're trying to get some action quantifiable figures, but I know that for schools, we have over 1,000 schools here. We're in school districts of Reno.
In the United States, you have 1,000 schools. In the United States,
yeah. I'm sure more than that. But you just don't know. So that's happening there. We're in, and as I say, we've tried to figure out all our numbers, and we're at about 300,000, probably a little bit more.
So what can this most powerful women community do to help you?
Actually, we need to have help in terms of also not only just social media, which we've done, but we have to realize that we all are stakeholders in this, because even if we don't have children, or we've raised our children, this is our future. This is building human capital. Clearly, you can go to the HawnFoundation.org, you can give, you can sponsor, you can be a part of a partnership with us, because obviously we are moving into games, we are moving into online training, we're moving into apps. So if there's any way that anyone can help us move into this, partner with us, give a part of their heart and funds to what we're doing, it would actually create the movement that we need to continue in this country and I believe in the world.
Who has a question or a thought? Yes, back here. Wait for the mic. And identify yourself, please.
Hi, my name is Alka Warner. I'm with Fox Business Network. I guess I'm a little confused. What is it exactly you do in the classroom with students?
We train the teachers, first of all, and once the teachers are trained with a 15 lesson, which is basically for the age group that we're dealing with, whether it's kindergarten through 2, or 3 through 5, or 6 through 8. So we have 3 of them. And there are 15 lessons in each one. And they are marked off by 4 different pillars. One is know your brain. The other one is creating a brain break and an understanding of rest for the brain. The other one is mindfulness of senses. And the third one is your place in the world, building empathy, gratitude, and so forth, and perspective taking. This is all wrapped in the classroom. So all of their sort of, studies that they have to do, their academics, are rolled into it with all kinds of academic applications and ideas for the teacher. And that's how it's done. So it changes the experience in the classroom, the feeling in the classroom, more optimism in the classroom, and that's the way it works. We have all school mind-up schools as well, and it has really helped these children. Bullying has been reduced tremendously, working together has gone well, reading scores have gone up, math scores have gone up, executive function has gone up, and stress reduction has become very important for these children.
If you're in the classroom, how is it different from the academics they get now? Can you give me an example of one of the things you do, maybe?
Yes, so the first thing we do when we get in the classroom is the kids are in the playground and they're very agitated and they're very excited. First thing they do is a brain break. The brain break brings them down. We bring a bell or a triangle. We actually have a mind up. It's a chime that gives them a long sound to listen to. This helps focus their brain. They love it. One of the kids brings it, they sit down, they listen to as far as they can hear it with quietude, they breathe for a while, and they get ready and prepare their mind for learning. Why? Because they're learning in the classroom about the brain. So then we have a brain lesson. The brain lesson lets them know what just happened to their brain. They learn about the amygdala, they learn about the hippocampus, and they learn about their prefrontal cortex. So in doing so, they're calm. Children and the teachers now have control over the classroom. Then we go into our lessons. So mindful tasting, for instance, if we do mindful tasting, let's say we do, let's do social studies. We're going to do an egg roll, or we'll do a little piece of a fortune cookie. You do your test, but you're going to learn about China. So we integrate all of these things. Or you learn about adjectives, so you take an English lesson with it. It engages the child, it gives them a no wrong answer, puts them into the seat where they go, they're engaged. How do you engage your children? By giving them an experience. So that's kind of the way it goes. So we do 3 of the brain breaks a day. We have reading. We learn about if I'm going to read a story, then I know what I think about that character. Brings empathy, gives them an understanding of what it might feel like. So that's what we do in the classroom.
Who else has a question? Anyone else here? Over here, yes. Josette.
Hi, Goldie. Whatever you're doing, you seem to be decreasing in age and increasing in optimism every year we see you. So something great's happening.
I don't know. Maybe we'll have to talk to Ann about that. It's got to be something in the genes. I don't know.
You're so centered, and I'd just like to get your view on the entertainment world today. What inspires you in it, and what worries you?
Well,
and also for world leaders, who inspires you on the global scene right now, and who do you look for when you're looking for days of optimism?
This is a really difficult question. As in laughing, I would have said, could you repeat the question, please? Okay. First of all, if I go backwards, on the scale today, first of all, the industry itself. The industry has changed tremendously. It's a great opportunity because we have so many content delivery systems. It's great. We've also got, Apple, we've got, there's many, many ways to create shows, to create content. And I think that the content is becoming actually really important. Because when I produced movies, just the ones I produced had to say something. They had to be socially relevant on some level. I find that that's part of what we do in movies. We bring that forth. That's exciting. We have a voice. We have an opinion. We're able to create content around that. Joy, sadness, comedy, all of it. But we get to be able to say what's going on in the world. It's happening again, and I feel really excited about that. It's a young person's business. There's no question about it. It should be a young person's business. So in doing so, those of us who begin to age or get older in the industry, the beautiful thing is that not only have we been in service by giving back to the humanity in whichever way we've been acting or behaving, but we also have the opportunity to change our vision, to change the world, to make a difference in the world. I think we have been very, I would say, looking at ourselves in a mirror for a very long time. I hate that makeup trailer. But after a while, you want to now project out the appreciation. And I think that's what's great about our next steps. So I think the state of the industry is changing and in flux. I think it's a good thing. And that's what I feel about that. Politically, I think that what we have now is a very tough choice, because I would have to look very carefully and really and honestly be transparent with you, is that the news depresses me so much that I turn it off. I try to get just a little bit of what I need to get, and then I turn it off. I find myself weeping at the news. I weep at the state of the children of the world, but I also weep at the polarization and the hate that is going on, that is creating more hate. So it's very difficult to know who my idols are. Who do I believe in? I think Hillary is someone to believe in. I think that she's got the right ideas, particularly in the way her heart moves. Our minds always are frenzied in this kind of jobs, and it's a very tough decision for me to make, to say who are the people that I admire. It's tough. I mean, that's a sad statement, but it is.
Are you going to act again?
I'd like to. I've been doing this for 12 years, and it's actually the most interesting thing I've ever done, because it's a change of characters, right? But it also has kept me producing. So I've been writing scripts for children. I've been producing. I've been bringing in writers. We're working with healthcare now with Mind Up, by the way, and we partner with Aetna. We're also working with parents in Mind Up, and that's a great story to tell. So, but I'd like to get out there again. I'm sort of feeling the kind of urge. So,
well, there are a lot of high-powered media women in this room. So if you want to get in touch with Goldie, let me know.
And thank you for anyone who wants to help with this, because it is a movement. I'm not the only one in it. It's a tremendous movement forward, and we have to know that to build great human capital that will save our world, we have to start with the children. So,
thank you, Goldie Hawn.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Oh, this was great. This was great.